Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about integrated business processes in SAP. In our earlier video, we talked about why many of the leading organizations are going for SAP as their ERP. And we talked about many points there. We will be elaborating them one by one. In today's basically session, we are going to elaborate how the business processes are integrated within the SAP. For any organization, you will be having the customer. You will be either supplying them the products which you are manufacturing, or you will be giving them the services. Yeah. So let us concentrate today onto the organizations which produces the goods, right? The goods are basically sold to their customers, for which within the company there is a sales department. And for that sales department, you need to have a process that you need to go to the customer. You need to know who all are the customers, right? Then you need to actually get the orders from them. But before getting the orders, you need to give the quotation to them. After the quotation, basically, you will be getting the order. And then basically, you need to fulfill that order. And then at the end of it, you will have to raise the bill and you will have to get your payment. So this whole process is basically the order to cash process, right? But when we are talking about this sales process, the goods which we are selling to our customers, they need to be manufactured. Now, you cannot every time, actually, once you get the order, you cannot tell and call to manufacturing department that we got this order. Now you start manufacturing, or you cannot write the email to them, right? It should be seamless. As soon as you get the order, the manufacturing department need to know that what I need to produce, right? Here we are not talking about the services because services are not manufactured, right? So today's discussion, we will be talking about the manufactured goods. So how it happens? So whenever you are getting the say orders from various customers, there is not only one customer, there are many customers, and all the orders for which, based on to the orders, the MRP we used to run. What exactly mean by MRP? Material Resource Planning. Once you run the MRP, you will know that what is the requirement and what is available with me. Now let us take the example that I am made to stock, right? Means I am stocking it. I am not always manufacturing the goods when the order is received. Yeah. So if I get the order for the 1,000 pumps, domestic pumps, right? Then I will see, okay, in stock, I have around 600 pumps. So I need to manufacture 400 pumps, right? And for those 400 pumps, what I need all the material, right? I need to make sure that all my machinery is intact, and I need to know how much I will be able to produce, right? And I should be able to prioritize the manufacturing, because few of the orders they might have said that we need in this week. Few of the orders probably they might have said that we need the fulfillment in next week. So you need to prioritize based on to certain business rules. Now, when you are manufacturing, at that point of a time, as we are talking about the MRP, there will be a bill of material of each product. So let us take the example of the pump. For pump, which has the casing, impeller, shaft, and bearings. So normally the bearings which are there, the pump manufacturer does not produce them. They buy it from the outside, right? And that is where you need the procurement department. For that procurement, you need to have the purchase requisition. For that purchase requisition, you need to actually create a purchase order, right? And for that purchase order, from the vendor, you need to get the goods and then complete the cycle, right? So the essential thing is that based on to your requirement, you will get notified through the MRP that these are the purchase requisitions for which the purchase department will create the purchase orders, and based onto the rules, because you will not be having one vendor, you will be having multiple vendors, you will be having various contracts with them, maybe, right? Based on to your strategy, based on to your rule, you will get those goods. In this example, the bearings, you will get it. Now, whenever you are doing sales, right, at that point of a time, you will be billing to the customer, and those entries needs to be accounted for into the finance. So it should be seamless. It is not that when you raise the invoice, I will actually do the accounting later. It is at the same moment, because you will be having your chart of accounts, you will be having your GL accounts, and according to your rules, the entries are accounted for. Similarly, you are procuring the goods for which you are giving the payment. Those entries are also to be accounted for. And that is where this whole thing needs to be integrated. It should be automatic to the extent possible, right? If there are some exceptions, based on to some exceptions, rules or authorities, you should be able to take care of that. But essentially, these all processes need to be integrated. Now, we talked about the sales department, finance department, procurement department, manufacturing department. Here, you need the people, right? You need to hire them. You need to train them if required, right? You need to pay them. The payment in a different countries will be having different rules, right? So those all processes you need to make sure are there into the system mapped, yeah, and accordingly you run those processes. So today we talked about few business processes which are integrated. Order to cash, you get the order from the customer, you deliver to the customer, you bill to the customer, you get the payment from the customer. Order to cash. Procure to pay, you need to first know, based on to the orders, what exactly is the requirement. I should be procuring from my vendors, right? So I need to have a purchase requisitions. For those purchase requisitions, I should be able to raise the purchase orders based on to the rules. I need to get those goods. I need to pay to the vendor. This whole process is procure to pay. When you run the MRP, you need to manufacture the goods, plan to produce. You need to actually see, for my pump, what is the bill of material, what I need to produce, what is my capacity in terms of machines, in terms of the people, right? In terms of the factory rules. And accordingly, I should be able to produce those goods so that I can meet the customer requirement. At the same time, I need to ensure my inventory is low. It should not be that I will keep on producing and keep inventory ready. So these all things comes into these all processes comes under plan to produce, and they are interlinked. All these transactions, when you are doing the financial transactions, invoicing or paying to the vendor, these are accounted for, right? Based on to your rule of the company. Different countries will be having different rules and regulations. They need to be obeyed. They are statutory requirements, and those are to be followed strictly. And they should these all processes are interlinked. For all these departments, we need the people, and we need to make sure we need to hire them till their retirement, we should be making sure that the whole business process runs seamlessly, right? So order to cash, procure to pay, plan to produce, record to report, hire to retire. These are the main business processes you need to know, which are integrated. Now again, we are seeing the same picture. Now you can relate how these all processes are related to each other and integrated with each other. That's all for now. We will meet again in our next video for another point why the large customers are going for SAP ERP. Thank you.